Welcome to NIPT's Case of the Day, highlighting cases to help teach key concepts in the law and criminal justice. These podcasts are powered by AI. It's critical for you to read the actual case being discussed. Links are in the show notes. Now here's our robot.
Have you ever thought about how, one tiny detail you barely notice could end up being central to a huge legal case? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at a fascinating recent court case, People v. G. Lynn, and it really unpacks what law enforcement needs to, legally stop someone and conduct a search. We're talking traffic stops, canine units, the whole deal.
That's right. And for this, we're working directly from the court's decision, the legal brief itself. Our goal here is to pull out those key pieces that show how these small details, or sometimes the complete absence of them, can really swing things in the justice system. We want to help you understand these core ideas about evidence, about due process, and why getting the facts straight is so critical.
Yeah, and this isn't some old case we dug up. This is super current. It's an amended decision from July 3rd, 2025. Supreme Court, Richmond County, New York. So yeah, pretty much hot off the press, legally speaking.
Very relevant.
Okay, so let's get into it. Where does this whole thing start? It kicks off with DEA agents surveilling a guy, G. Lynn, over in Brooklyn. They see him put a cardboard box and then later a bag into the trunk of his Lexus. Seems pretty normal, right? Moving stuff.
It does sound completely ordinary. And that's actually a big part of the court's analysis later on. And now the agent involved, he testified that the area was a, quote, known narcotics location. But, and this is a big but when they ask him for specifics, any reports, documents, arrest history, anything to back that up, he couldn't provide anything concrete, just sort of the label.
Huh. So basically just his word for it, no actual proof offered that it was a known drug spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which, immediately makes you question the legal basis for their suspicion right from the get-go. How strong was it, really?
Doesn't sound very strong. More like a hunch, maybe? Or just like a general reputation? The court didn't buy that as enough, I take it.
No, they didn't. And then the agents follow Lynn. He drives from Brooklyn out to Staten Island, then he heads back to Brooklyn. And the court pointed this out specifically. Just moving a box in a bag. That's equivocal. It could mean anything. Totally consistent with innocent behavior.
Okay, so just following him around based on seeing him move a box wasn't enough to justify stopping him yet?
Definitely not. Not even close to reasonable suspicion at that point.
Right. So then comes the traffic stop. This is where it gets really interesting and kind of messy. Agent Wong claims he saw Lynn roll through a stop sign. That's the reason he gives for pulling him over. But get this, his partner, Agent Reverendo, who's right there with him, he didn't see Lynn run any stop sign.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And on top of that, they never actually wrote Lynn a ticket for any traffic violation. None at all.
Okay, that immediately sends up legal red flags.
Yeah.
Big ones. Because the law is crystal clear on this. For a traffic stop, you need probable cause. You need specific, articulable facts. That comes from cases like People v. Nektilov. An officer can't just say someone rolled through a stop sign. That's a conclusion, not a fact.
Right, it's like saying, he looks suspicious. Okay, why? What did he do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The court needs the facts, not assurances. Tell us which intersection. Where was the sign? Was there a stop line? What specifically did the driver do or not do? Without that, it's just too vague. It's an assertion, not evidence.
And then comes the Google Maps bombshell, basically. The court actually looked at Google Maps images of that intersection from before the incident happened, and guess what? The images showed it wasn't a stop sign there at all. It was controlled by a traffic light.
Well, okay. That's pretty definitive.
Isn't it? It completely undermines the agent's entire stated reason for the stop. Your mapping app as a key court exhibit.
It really does. And it shows how technology can provide this objective check on testimony. So legally speaking, what this meant was Agent Wong's testimony wasn't just vague. It was factually contradicted. It was treated as a legal conclusion, not a factual account, and the prosecution. They couldn't provide any of those basic details we mentioned, the intersection, the sign, nothing. It's just like that Nektilov case, where saying windows were excessively tinted wasn't enough without specifics.
So even the police can sometimes use a minor traffic violation as a reason to stop someone they suspect of something else, a pretext stop. There still has to be a real violation, right?
Absolutely. The underlying violation has to be objectively real and provable with facts. Here, the facts, especially the Google Maps part, showed it just wasn't there.
Okay, so the stop itself is on really shaky ground, legally, but they proceed anyway. They call in an NYPD canine unit, a drug-sniffing dog. The dog comes, sniffs around the car, and indicates on the trunk. So they search the trunk, look in the spare tire area, and find a bag with ketamine inside. Okay, now it sounds like they've got him right. Drugs found.
Well, not so fast. Because then we get to the suppression hearing, and the issue of the dog comes up. And here's the critical part.
Yeah.
The prosecution presented zero evidence about that dog.
Zero evidence? Like what kind of evidence?
Like anything about its training. Was it certified? What's its track record? Is it reliable? Its canine resume, basically. Yeah. Nothing.
Huh. I didn't realize you had, prove the dog was any good.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge deal. There's a major Supreme Court case, Florida v. Harris, that lays this out. For a dog's alert, it signaled that it smells drugs to be enough probable cause for a search. The prosecution has to show the dog is reliable. Just saying the dog indicated means nothing legally without proof of its training, certification, its accuracy in the field.
Wow. Okay.
And adding to the problem, the agent who testified about the dog indicating, Agent Reverendo, he wasn't even the dog's handler. He had no firsthand knowledge about its training or reliability. He just saw the dog signal.
So it's kind of like having a witness testify about something someone else told them, hearsay, almost.
In a way, yeah. He couldn't vouch for the dog's credibility, and that credibility is everything here.
So why should you, listening right now, care about a dog's training records?
You should care because it's about ensuring fairness and accuracy. These dogs are powerful tools, but they aren't infallible. Requiring proof of reliability is a safeguard. It ensures that a search, which is a major intrusion, isn't based on, say, a purely trained dog or maybe a handler's cue. It protects your rights against unreliable searches.
Okay, that makes sense. It's about the quality of the evidence.
Precisely. So, putting it all together, what did the court decide? Well, they sided with the defendant, G.L.N., on both points. The evidence that ketamine got suppressed, thrown out, it couldn't be used against him.
Why? Walk us through the two main reasons again.
Okay, reason one, the traffic stop was ruled unlawful. Agent Wong's testimony about the stop sign was just a conclusion, lacked specific facts, and crucially, was contradicted by the Google Maps evidence showing a traffic light. No valid stop.
Got it. And reason two?
Reason two. Even if the stop had been okay, the dog sniff couldn't justify the trunk search. Why? Because the prosecution failed to provide any evidence of the dog's training or reliability as required by law. No proof, no probable cause from the dog.
So the search based on the dog's alert was also illegal?
Correct. Both the stop and the search failed to meet legal standards.
So this case really drives home that it's not just about what the police find, but how they find it, right? The procedures, the burden of proof, they actually matter. An officer can't just say he ran a stop sign or the dog alerted. They need actual verifiable facts.
That's the heart of it. And those rules aren't just technicalities. They're fundamental protections for everyone. They ensure due process and guard against unreasonable searches and seizures. It's about holding the process accountable.
Wow. This dive into People v. G.L.N. really hammers home that the details are everything. One missing piece of proof about a dog or one piece of contradictory evidence like Google Maps can completely change the outcome.
It's a perfect illustration. It underscores the absolute necessity of objective, verifiable facts in our legal system. Assumptions, conclusions, they just don't cut it when someone's rights are on the line.
It's a strong reminder about the checks and balances built into the system.
Indeed. That rigor, even over things that seem small like a traffic stop or a dog certification, is what protects everybody's rights.
So here's something to think about until next time. We saw Google Maps play a huge role here. In this world where digital information is everywhere, phone cameras, mapping apps, dash cams, how else might technology keep reshaping courtroom battles? How might it challenge or maybe even confirm what people say they saw? And what does that mean for all of us as potential witnesses or maybe even accidental fact-checkers in our daily lives?
That's a fascinating question to mull over. The intersection of technology and traditional legal processes is definitely something we'll be seeing more of.
Thanks for listening to our AI-powered robots. We hope you found this helpful. Now go read the damn case.